Our next writer joining us this evening for our Literary Salon series is a 6-time published author. She's also the CEO and founder of the Red Shoe Movement. She's here tonight to read from her new novel, The Postcard. Would you please join me in welcoming to our stage Mariela Dabbah.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. I'm really excited to be here today, and I'm going to read the first chapter of my book, The Postcard. It was an unusual Sunday. My husband, Mark, wasn't sitting by my side drinking our second cup of coffee after breakfast, leisurely reading the Times as I scrolled through sites like Postcard. He'd had an early call with a client in Asia and needed to take it in the office. And then my breath caught. Everyone who knew me before 9/11 believes I'm dead. The Postcard is a book that just came out. The book starts with a mystery, with a secret. It has a background of 9/11. It's an adventure, it's a mystery, it's a book about relationships, about sisterhood, twinhood. It's a very engaging novel. I saw this secret during a TED Talk of a guy called Frank Warren, who's the owner and the founder of a website called postcard.com. He started this project by leaving blank postcards, self-stamped, and it said, "Send me your secrets." It just stuck with me for years. And when I sat down, because I was ready for my new novel, that's the first thing that poured out. And so I think that brings people, it pulls people in, because you want to know, what is this? Is really somebody who took advantage of 9/11 to disappear? And you really want to get to the bottom of it. As I reread The Secret on the Postcard website, my coffee mug mid-air and the noise of my heart deafening in my ears, the seconds, the minutes, hours of every clock ever made seemed to stand still. The novel is so much more about relationships and about the weight that secrets have in our relationships and in our lives. In the fraction of a second that it took me to read the widely intriguing one-liner, I suddenly questioned whether my sister might be alive. I work with helping everybody feel included and being able to follow their dreams in an organization. And I think that one of the spaces where I work the most, or I have the most experience, is in helping people respect the lived experiences of others who are not you, who have a completely different experience than yours. So I think a little bit of that is filtered in there, particularly in these two sisters, because they grew up thinking we should live the same life. Actually, this chapter 2 of the book shows you how there's kind of no space for difference in these two girls. The mother dresses them the same way, maybe changes the color, they buy them the same things, they send them to the same school, the same extra curricular activities. So there's no space for individuality. That recurring conversation we had when we were young, the one that kept morphing into slightly different shapes with every passing year. What would you do if you could disappear from this life and appear somewhere else? I remember she'd asked the first time she brought up the issue. The secret that Lara, the sister that supposedly died on 9/11, has carried with her for almost 20 years has not just affected her, it affected everybody else in the ecosystem. It affected her twin sister, who decided not to have kids because that was a dream that the sisters had jointly. It affects her husband because suddenly, he has no say in it. His wife doesn't want to have a kid. It affects the parents because they put their lives on hold. They aged enormously and they stopped doing a lot of things because they couldn't shake the mourning of this and the grieving of their daughter. But at the same time, the relationship with their living daughter was affected. So everybody's affected by one decision that this particular character makes. And I felt we needed to see what was her point of view, what was she going through, so that we could understand more of the nuances behind this relationship and this family dynamics. Every person who has been reading from the early manuscript has been telling me this would be a wonderful series, maybe 8-10 episodes. I am already writing the sequel, so we could have a season 2. So we're thinking ahead. It has all the elements for one of these series that you want to binge because you really want to find out what's happening. You want to find out what the connection is, what the different secrets and evolution of the problem was. And then the sentence that rattled around my brain, seeming so normal and teenage-like at the time, and then embodying a darker meaning when the towers came down, taking my sister with them. I wish I could disappear. I hope that you leave a review, a good review, 5 stars, when you read the book, so that you help me continue to pushing this story forward, that's making all of us think about the consequences of keeping secrets and sharing secrets that many times we don't even imagine.
Mariela, ¿qué te trae al red carpet hoy?
Estoy feliz de estar en el Red Carpet porque soy finalista en el International Latino Book Awards en la categoría de novela de misterio. Así que estoy súper contenta de estar aquí. If you go to redshoemovement.com/Mariela, you'll find my author page, and there you can book me. I participate in book clubs that have more than 10-15 people, so that I'll do in-person appearances or Zoom appearances. And obviously I speak in organizations, in bookstores, in libraries, wherever. There you have it. First chapter of the Postcard. It's available in English and in Spanish on Amazon, both on paperback and Kindle. I hope you get your copy soon.